Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedom and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedom.
The momentum for delaying the implementation of Obamacare is apparently picking up steam. I am Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Matt Barber, vice president of Liberty Counsel Action. Matt, the Senate Democrats now appear to want to delay the implementation of Obamacare, so there's more and more of those coming on board. Obviously, you already had Senate Republicans, or at least a good number of them, wanting to delay the implementation of Obamacare. You clearly can get that vote passed in the House. That was a vote that could not get passed in the Senate, but the momentum seems to be picking up.
Yeah, I've read accounts where up to 10 Senate Democrats are now seriously pushing for a delay of the implementation of Obamacare for at least a year. And should we be surprised? I mean, they own it. They own this thing. They passed it, rammed it through in the dead of night on Christmas Eve 2009. Not a single Republican voted for it. This is a wholly owned Democrat and President Obama product, and it has, as Max Baucus, one of the sponsors of the bill, a Democrat, said, it is a train wreck, and it has completely derailed, and they recognize that. So now with elections, 2014 elections coming up, they don't want it. It's only going to get worse. So they want to delay it so they can get through the election season. Is pretty clearly what their motivation is.
Yeah, you already had some implementation problems with the website. They've spent millions, tens of millions of dollars on the development of that website. Apparently, it is a college roommate or friend, I should say, of Michelle Obama when she was at Princeton. That is actually the head of this particular company, or part of that company that developed the website. So there's some questions there. But the problem is that the website, no matter who developed it, is just not working. So people, when they go to the website, they can't get in, and it takes them many, many hours, or they get kicked out, or they can't figure out what their premiums are. And if they get that far, their premiums are too high for what they anticipated, and the deductibles are too high, up to $5,000 or deductible, which means that you're going to be spending a lot of your own money for your health care. So there's a lot of problems that are happening. We're moving from this into an election cycle in 2014 with the midterm election. And I think the Senate Democrats are starting to say maybe delay is not such a bad idea after all.
Well, and their constituents are furious as well. Just as one example, I mean, we're hearing liberals coming out of the woodwork. A Daily Kos blogger, popular blogger over at the Daily Kos, wrote an article about he and his wife receiving notice from Kaiser Permanente that their premiums have been doubled under Obamacare, and he is just completely and utterly shocked. We've been warning people of this, but finally even liberals are waking up to the fact that Obamacare cannot work. It is unsustainable. We've been saying this all along. So yeah, they're looking for an escape hatch, and there's so far, other than repealing this thing, there is no escape hatch present.
Well, you've got some real problems because of the obviously you're covering pre-existing conditions, which means that there's more burden on the insurance companies. You're removing community rating systems so they can't rate the systems and have higher insurance premiums for certain kinds of conditions or locales or people. And so there's more burden on the insurance company. The only way that is sustainable is you have a lot more people coming in the front end. And you're going to have young people coming in the front end that stay along this path for a long time, paying in premiums with lesser kind of health care costs. Well, you don't have the young people coming in. You don't have the influx of people coming in general, no matter what their ages are. And so even that itself is a major problem, because without that rush of people coming in, and yet you're putting more burden on the insurance companies that otherwise thought this might be a good deal are starting to also see the light. This is going to be a real problem from them in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And You know, I mean, we can talk for hours, literally, about the problems with Obamacare. The website, as you mentioned, over $500 million to prepare this thing. And isn't it a metaphor for how big government works? It doesn't work. The website doesn't work. They have literally had a handful of people. We could probably fit into this room everyone who's actually successfully signed up for Obamacare. And young people are even looking at this and saying, what? My premiums are going to be doubled, tripled? I can't afford this. I want to have savings for the future. I want my children to have a future. I'm not going to pay it. And as this Daily Kos blogger said, he said, I'm canceling my insurance and I am not paying any penalty. So people are rebelling against this. It's got to be scrapped.
Well, Anderson Cooper 360 on CNN, who has not always been obviously opposed to Obamacare, and not saying that he personally is. I don't know where he stands in this, but he had a series of people that they were interviewing, a special report on Obamacare, 3 different groups of people that tried to come into the system. One lady was a supporter of Obamacare. She has a job. She's going now through the system to try to get insurance. She found out that the premiums were too high and the deductibles were so high that she couldn't afford it. She's very disappointed in Obamacare, and so she's going to go uninsured. So she's going to wait until she has some kind of major medical problem and then sign up for Obamacare while she's in the midst of that. Well, of course, if you do that with any kind of insurance, you have life insurance and you sign up when you have a terminal illness, or you have medical insurance and you only sign up and don't pay premiums before, but only during the time that you're sick. That just simply doesn't work.
Yeah.
You obviously have to pay premiums when you're not sick. You have to pay life insurance when you're doing well in order to make the system work. But that's what she's going to do because she can't afford Obamacare. The premiums are too high. The deductibles are too high as well.
Well, and it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that is written into Obamacare. And so the people who are supposed to be funding Obamacare are saying, I can't afford it. I cannot afford to pay for this massive government program of insurance with a $6,000. Many of the deductibles are as high as $6,000. I cannot afford that. So because Obamacare somehow miraculously is supposed to cover pre-existing conditions, people are saying, well, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait, just like the woman that you just described. Wait, and if something bad happens, then I'll sign up for Obamacare. The condition is pre-existing, and under this law, it will somehow be covered. And none of this ever made any sense from the beginning.
Well, when you're paying higher premiums than you are now, and then when your deductibles say $5,000, you know that you're going to be spending a lot of money. That is more like a catastrophic policy. Catastrophic policies are prohibited under Obamacare unless you go under Obamacare, and essentially what you have on that entry level is a catastrophic policy. And people are having to move from their current policies because the insurance companies are no longer carrying them. They're getting letters out to the insureds saying that effective a certain date in 2014, you're no longer going to be covered. So these people are getting these kinds of letters from the insurance companies, and they are having to seek out this insurance. These are people that already have coverage, but they're losing coverage because of Obamacare, and now they're seeking out insurance coverage, and they're finding out that it's a whole lot worse with Obamacare than what they have currently under their current insurance policies.
And not only is it worse, not only do their premiums and deductibles double and triple, their policies are being canceled. Millions of Americans are getting cancellation notices, and then they try to sign up, and because the website does not work, and there's no signs that it will work anytime in the future, if ever, they're not even able to sign up. So there are people that are literally under Obamacare are going to be thrown out without insurance.
There are going to be a lot of people that are uninsured because even if the website does get functional and it becomes a functional website, it doesn't change the premium cost.
No.
Premium costs are the premium costs under Obamacare, and the deductible costs are the deductible costs. So while you might be able to create a website that allows you easier access and quicker response time, you still have the underlying problem with Obamacare. Higher premiums, higher deductibles. You can't have the same doctors you used to have. All of those promises that you can keep your same doctor that you like, all of those are out the window. When your insurance policy changes, as you well know, you have to look to see what insurance coverage covers certain doctors, and so those doctors that you have will ultimately change. Go to Liberty Counsel's website. We've been involved in battling Obamacare since the very beginning, filing the first private lawsuit against Obamacare and spending tens of thousands of, actually over 20,000 hours of time just litigating that particular case against Obamacare, and we're not done. And of course, we're still working both in the public policy arenas as well as in the courts of justice as well to come against Obamacare. Go to Liberty Counsel's website, ask for lc.org. When you go there, ask for our Patriots Handbook series. We have a Patriots Handbook series that deals with pastors and churches with regards to political activity. We also have the Patriots Handbook on American Liberty, plus many more series of that Patriots Handbook. You can order all 5 of them by going to lc.org. And remember, Liberty Counsel in your continued prayers and your regular financial support. You can make a contribution right there at lc.org.
You have been listening to Faith and Freedom with Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedom. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.